Okay, so this morning I'm going to be listening to another Philippe Leroux piece. This time it's for violin and chamber orchestra. The piece is called Dallet, stylized with parentheses around the D apostrophe. The instrumentation is 2120 1101. Percussion, piano, harp, 11111 for the strings. The complete percussion list is large suspended cymbal, 4 toms, 4 wood blocks, small snare drum, tam-tam, small Chinese cymbal, marimba. I believe this is 4-octave marimba, 3-octave vibes, and a 2.5-octave Glock and Spiel. The first and second flute both double on piccolo and alto flute. The first and second clarinet also have doublings. First clarinet doubles on A, second clarinet doubles on E flat. And if you didn't check out our previous episode, Philippe Leroux is a French spectral composer currently residing in Canada, teaching at McGill University. And I'm assuming this is going to be a spectral piece, just based on the performance notes here, which indicate quarter tone accidentals. That it looks like there's some scordatura in the harp in its upper middle range, and like the piece we looked at yesterday, the harp scordatura is written like with all the notes in their flat position, how they should be tuned when the strings are at their flattest. And I think with that being said, we can get into it. This is what the first page of the score looks like. This was composed at the Villa Medici's in Rome in 1995 and is dedicated to Robert Pfeiffer. And it's not quite a concerto. Yeah, I'm not too fond on this performance, on this program note, because it's just a lot of pseudo-scientific kind of stuff, but it's a spectral piece. I don't know what else to expect, really. It was awarded the 1996 SACEM Award for Best New Contemporary Work of the Year. So, with that being said, let's have a listen. If you want access to a recording of it, the one I'm listening to is linked in the description to the video. Okay, yeah, so this piece was super fun, and it really hinges on whether or not you really like this scalar idea in the beginning, which keeps coming back. For the first 3 minutes of the piece, there's just a lot of the entire ensemble moving in these just scalar up and down sort of sawtooth wave-y motions, which speed up and slow down, and he gets as much mileage out of this idea as you could possibly get, and I think it's really remarkable the different colors of the orchestra that he plays with. There's a moment where it really slows down, and you can hear that all the vertical sonorities are actually these like messianic harmonies, and that's really fascinating. I think that contributes a lot to the sound of it, actually. To be honest, the reason why I didn't really feel the need to read through the program note was the piece already had me at like it's not a concerto, but there's violin solo the whole time. I love pieces that do that. That's like an idea that I've really wanted to play with for a long time, and I think it's a great example of using a soloist in a textural way. Um, and you get to see pretty much every texture with a solo violinist initiating it and playing a role in it. And I think a lot of the composition of the piece must have started with the violin and what it was going to do. And then he wrote the whole ensemble around it. So a lot of cool textures, a lot of full ensemble writing, and just overall very light and straightforward and engaging. And yeah, it was just a fun piece, but very straightforward. He doesn't deviate from like the norm. Like once he sets up an idea, it happens, and he moves on to the next one. And in that way, I think it's, I don't want to say old fashioned, but I think spectralists, even in the early 80s, were not doing such straightforward things. I can't remember the article, but Marai talks about like interrupting processes purposefully so that it's not too obvious. But here, there's lots of moments where Leroux is just essentially doing like process music, and I think that's one of the more remarkable things about it. So, yeah, that's Dallet. It has some sort of association with Radio France and L'Ensemble Itinéraire, which is the preeminent like spectral ensemble in France that is sort of like at the center of the movement of spectralism. L'Ensemble Itinéraire is one of the reasons why we have so much good chamber orchestra pieces for that are from spectral composers, French spectral composers especially. So, yeah, that's that one. And tomorrow I think we're going to 1992 with some Sariaho. Let me just double check that there's nothing in between. Yeah, even more spectral music with a piece by Kaya Sariaho tomorrow. So, yeah, looking forward to that. We haven't had a woman composer in the series in quite a while, so yeah.